Do avoidants ever reach out after the discard? Yes, they commonly do, especially if no contact has been in place. And it's usually for a couple of different reasons. The first reason is that they've had time and space and they feel like they're losing grip of you. They feel like they are actually losing you for good and you're moving on with your life because you've been in no contact. You've been working towards healing. You haven't been reaching out towards them, and you have just been showing that you're living your life. Well, now it feels safe to them. The pressures around intimacy, expectations, showing up for you, meeting your needs are no longer there. So they allow themselves to miss you, or at least miss the validation and the attention they got from you. And maybe at this point, after enough time and space has gone by, they allow themselves to access their feelings for you at least just a little bit, enough to where they might be second guessing the discard, wondering if they made the right choice, reaching out, maybe considering giving it another shot, maybe not. Now, the other reason why they often reach out is because they want your validation. They want to know that you don't hate them. They want to know that you are still an available option. They want to know that you still want them, because you reaching out on these breadcrumbs, because this type of reach out usually does come in the way of little tiny breadcrumbs like a hey, how are you text, things like that. Maybe watching your stories or making a couple comments here and there on your social media. When you bite those breadcrumbs, they get that dopamine hit. Dopamine being the reward hormone. Ooh, look, I'm validated. I'm wanted. Look at, I didn't hurt them that badly. See, they still want me. See, I'm not so bad. And now you're an available option in their back pocket. But here's the thing, regardless of whether they want to get back together or if they just want your validation, if they are not taking accountability, if they're not working on their attachment issues and their insecurities around intimacy, expectations, losing their independence, conflict, things like that, the same unhealed wounds, the same triggers are still simmering below the surface. And even if you get back together with this person, if they haven't done any work on themselves, it is inevitable that something in the relationship will trigger them again, and you'll wind up in the same exact spot. Because avoidants avoid, and that means avoiding looking within and avoiding facing their wounds of shame and insecurities that stem from emotional neglect in childhood. So instead of doing something different, they tend to repeat the cycle with each consecutive partner. And that cycle will continue until they do the work, look within, self-reflect, take accountability, and truly work towards change. If they're not doing any of that and they're just wanting to sweep it under the rug and pretend like it didn't happen, and you get back together with them missing you alone is not enough to make the outcome different the next time around. Because what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And the only way you get different results is by doing something different, meaning they have to be owning their side of the street and making changes so it's not another reiteration of the same failed relationship.